Go.
So this is a momentous occasion. It's the end of February, right before our March show that's coming up. And 20, maybe 3 years has elapsed since I last dealt with this truck. When I was 17, 18, I went to work for a company called Hollingsworth Concrete. They're in Carrollton, Georgia. They've been doing concrete for, I guess, since 1959. They've been in business a long time. They've always done concrete work, and they were friends of ours at a church we went to at Trinity Baptist Church. And I got a job being a fuel jockey and greasing trucks and just generally being a yard monkey. What always happened with big trucks, my dad drove semi trucks. He was a truck driver, always grew up around big trucks, and always had a passion for them. And any kid who's been on a farm knows you want to deal with the tractors, you want to deal with the trucks. When you start driving the hay truck across the field, picking up hay bales, the next thing you want to drive a big truck. So going to work at Hollingsworth was quite a deal because it meant I got to play with big trucks and I got to be around big trucks. And then it came to a point we were doing some renovations and doing some stockpiling and doing some yard work. And Curtis Spivey was a guy who ran an excavation company, and he was moving a lot of dirt. So they put me in a International S1700 or S1900 truck. And it was a single axle DT466 engine, 5-speed, 2-speed. Had a little dump body on it. And I went to work for 3 or 4 days with that until I broke an axle. And the discussion came that we were putting too much weight on the truck. It was just too much, even on the yard. We were kind of abusing it, and that's why I broke the axle. Some people said it was the fact that I was 18 years old and I didn't know what I was doing driving the truck. Both are plausible. But anyway, they said, all right, fine, go down in the boneyard and see if you can dig out one of the old Autocars. Now, that word struck me quite odd because my first involvement with Autocar was probably with a newfangled device called the internet in the mid-90s, looking on a website called Hank's Truck Pictures. And I thought, how stupid of a name is Autocar for a truck? I was looking at Freightliners and things like that. But finally, I looked at Autocars on that webpage, and all of a sudden I was exposed to some serious machines, trucks that were meant for off-highway service, heavy service, true vocational trucks. The ads always stated something like Autocar trucks for construction. Nothing else even comes close. This is a job for Autocar, nothing less. And I was amazed with them. And then finally, I got to see one for my first time, and that was this truck, which is actually affectionately named Mongo. And it was named by Donnie at the company. He named a bunch of them. And I got to drive this truck. And for a young 18-year-old kid to drive a big twin screw truck, and especially an Autocar that I always wanted to see, was amazing. And it's got a 230 Cummins in it, a 13-speed double over. It's got an 18,000-pound front axle and 55,000-pound rears. It is a tank of a truck. Well, things happened, grew up, went to college, never came back. And then probably 4 months ago, we were moving some stuff, and I posted a picture of us moving some engines around, and Walt Hollingsworth, who was my boss, messaged me about, hey, we're cleaning up the yard. You ought to come take a look. And I had a suspicion he might have talked about these trucks. And sure enough, they were there, and my sentimental self just couldn't help myself. I had to go save them. So we actually bought Mongo, this truck. This other truck here next to it is Maxine. It's cousin. Was a mixer, and it was actually Walt's first truck. I know it's tarped right now because we're trying to keep some water. It's got a smashed windshield. And then we also got the parts truck, which was Snowball, which was one of the last Autocars that was actually a mixer and painted white, so it got nicknamed Snowball. These trucks all are 1972 Autocars. They're diesel conventionals, 9364s, and it's just wild that they actually made it. I never thought we'd get this far. I never thought I'd actually get a chance to buy them, own them, or anything like that. But over the past few weeks since they've come here, we actually had them moved here, not under their own power, obviously. The Edge family helped us, Ray and Artie Edge helped us get these trucks moved over here. But over the past couple of weeks, I've been through the fuel system, been through the PT pump, fixed a brake valve, fixed a whole bunch of small stuff to try to get Mongo going. And as you see, it's probably getting dark on us right now because we've been out playing, because this truck is actually alive again and going to be at our March 6th through 8th show. We're going to try to haul some dirt on it and play around with it. And then obviously I need a lot of paint, and I've got a lot more work ahead of me, but it actually lives again. This is pretty awesome. Check this out.
much enjoyment out of watching this video as we did out of making it. We're trying really hard to produce some videos that are worthwhile and help y'all learn about what we're doing here at Inman Farm Heritage Days. If you like it, if you don't mind, help us out, click that like button and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next time.